Hello, my friend. I wanted to contact you quietly. This is a private message between me and you. Tracy and I are getting on a plane right now as I'm speaking to you. And we are heading to a very quiet, secretive meeting. But I want you to know what's going on because I need your prayer. I need your partnership. We have come to a time such as this. There is no doubt in my mind. Now, as you may know, we have put a farm together, spent the last 3 years constructing, building, farming, giving food away, working hard. Whew, blood, sweat, and tears, baby. In Panama, the Cherokee province of Panama. As you can see, global food providers, we take very seriously what we do here. And this prototype farm has been built not for Cherokee province, but for the nations of the world. Why? There's a lot of problems coming. Here's the 4 big deals. Number 1, population explosion. Number 2, usable farmlands are going down. Number 3, technology is not catching up with the global demand. And number 4, permanent weather shifts that are just devastating and destroying crops. Well, you've seen the horrible new weather systems coming from last summer when the Cat 5 hurricanes rocking up through the U.S. to the polar vortexes coming down, losing crops in Australia and Canada and northern U.S. and through California. We're losing crops everywhere, and it's devastational not only for the agriculture industry, but especially for those most at risk in the third world. You want to see trouble? Take a group, a village in the mountains of India, in the tribes of Africa, or all through Latin America. Those guys, the indigenous that are in, they're already in poverty. And then you take their crop away, they're dead. That's the bottom line. And so our project is a prototype for the nations to train church planters, community leaders, people everywhere in their language who want to learn how to grow food. Now, we've been working with the Global Church Network, who's done an amazing job. In 20 years, they have networked with all the denominations, and they have started over 5 million churches around the world in the last 20 years alone. Now, that doesn't get a lot of publicity. The news isn't going to tell you about that, but I'm telling you about that. And they are meeting right now. This is where we're going. We've been invited into a very quiet meeting where 90 of the top leaders in the evangelical world are preparing for the next 11 years. Finish 2030. That's what it's called. In the next 11 years, they're planning to plant 5 million more churches around the world, in every tribe, nation, tongue, every language, every culture group. But the next 5 million churches are going to go in some real critical, tough areas. I'm talking about communist-held, Muslim-held, Hindu-held nations, where the gospel is rejected at the border. Don't come in here with the gospel. But you know what? In those areas, in those zones, many, many people are starving to death. You know, communism, false gods, has a way of causing people to starve. It just doesn't work. The blessing of God is just not there. But we're talking now, and our goal is with our prototype farm to help promote and to help train church planters and community leaders to start a farm, going into one of these Muslim, Hindu, communist-held areas, to start a farm, to take care of the poor, let our light shine, to minister to widows and orphans in distress, to help those that are in mass poverty and who are starving to death, to disciple the employees, start a farm, and organically a church will form. Imagine that 5 million times in the next 11 years. The calling is huge, but the technology today is available. All we need is a phone app, a website that can handle the traffic, and now we have the capacity in multiple languages to reach all of these church planters, all of these community leaders, and to help them grow the food needed. We call it Agricultural 101, or the fundamentals of agriculture. We're not going to tell them what to grow. We're going to tell them how to find out what can they grow, and more importantly, what should they grow. We're going to teach them about altitude and cycles and seasons and soil composition and all the fundamentals they need to know about so they can make an informed, backwards engineered plan to feed all those in their area. Some of them will go commercial and will actually use the power of food to fund their church plant. It's an amazing day we're living in. It's a brand new day. And we're living in a day now where food is power. And whoever has the food has the power. We're going to give the power to those who operate and walk in the greatest of God's mercy, compassion, and grace. Church planters, community leaders, those who've given their lives for the sake of the gospel. So we appreciate your prayer and your partnership. We need partnership this year, 2019, 2020. Friend, we've come to a time such as this, a season. It's a period of time where God is giving us an opportunity. I don't want this opportunity to pass by. Time is short. It's really not on our side. But we have a shot, an opportunity to shoot through this open door. And I believe that if we will hoist the sail and if we will get ourselves ready, God will put the wind in the sail. You and I are going to do something greater than we ever thought, dreamed, or ever imagined before. Imagine right now 100,000 church planters. That's the next goal. That's the target, to reach these guys, to train them, and to start 100,000 farming projects around the world. I'm not starting them. I'm going to train them to start those farms. And they are ready. They're willing. They're hungry. No pun intended. Thank you for your prayer during this time while we're preparing this next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, here February 26th through 28th. These are critical times. Please be in prayer for us, and thank you for any partnership financially that you would be able to help us with. Now, listen, I've been paying my bills, doing business and doing my thing for years, funding the ministry, but this is so big, there's no way that I can do it myself. I need you as a partner. And it's hard for me, it's humbling for me to even have to ask. I'd rather not. I'd rather just go to dinner with you and to bless you and we'll call it even as friends, but I'm in a position to reach 100,000, and then another 100,000. I've got to find my friends and my partners. $5 a month, 25, 100, whatever you can partner with is critically needed at this time. Our total budget for the next 18 months to reach the first 100,000 is $450,000. It's not a big budget for 100,000 church planters. To touch a community in a little village tribe in India will cost us $4.50. Each community can be sponsored for $4.50. It's an amazing thing. It's an opportunity now with the power of the internet and communication and media. We can do it so inexpensive. I appreciate your help. I appreciate your partnership, and I appreciate your prayers. Thank you very much, and I will give you an update as soon as this meeting is over. We get back into position, and we know what we got, and we know what these church planters what to do. We know what they want to do. I will be in touch with you, let you know what the next step is. Hey, by the way, come on down to Panama and check out what we're doing. Come be a part. Get your boots on the ground. Get your hands dirty for a day at the farm and see how it's true. The power of food is the power of the kingdom of God. Jesus said to Peter 3 times, "Peter, do you love me?" "Well, yeah, of course I love you, Jesus." He said, "Feed my sheep." He didn't mean just spiritually. He meant physically, because when you feed people physically, something happens. The dynamics of the kingdom of God open up and a miracle is poured out. Hearts are changed, lives are changed, minds are changed, and entire nations and communities are changed through the power of food. Look for my new book, Global Food Revolution. It's on its way, and I look forward to getting a copy to you as well. God bless you.